Hello, my name is Charles Holland. I am a student at Liberty University, the School of Communications and the Arts. I am currently taking Digital and Strategic Communications Orientation 2 with Dr. Joseph Bailey. Today I am presenting my condensed research proposal, Insta Experiences, Expectancy Violation Theory, Cancel Culture, or Cancel Norms. For the abstract, it says Instagram, more than a photo sharing app, but a mirror that reflects cultural expectations, behaviors, and attitudes of young adults. This study applies Judy Burgund's expectancy violation theory within Instagram, building upon Elizabeth Cohen's 2010 research on how trust and social violation affect relational closeness. This study, whether those patterns still hold in today's social media landscape. This study, through content analysis and observational review, explores how young adults interpret and respond to digital infractions. With the rise of cancel culture and moral outrage and digital calls, this study questions whether society is still bound by traditional norms or have new digital norms emerged, desensitizing young adults to expectation violations within a digital space. So let's jump right into it. Chapter 1 of my proposal speaks to what our actual introduction is. And so I brought about in that study Instagram as a main focal point for social media platforms. There are numerous platforms, but I chose Instagram because it is prevalent amongst young adults ages 18 to 30. I start the introduction by talking about a recent event that occurred here in the state of Texas, where one young adult male, African American, stabbed another young adult male, Caucasian, at a track and field event. The father of the victim went to social media and said, "Who raised this child?" And immediately it sparked controversy on online platforms. Comments came from everywhere, sparking debate on whether the Caucasian child was in the right or the African American child was in the right. There were GoFundMe accounts that were created, hashtags were created. Things occurred based on people's feelings of moral outrage, their feelings around support. All of these things sparked what I believe was a result of expectancy violation. So as we talk about that within the research, there are a few key things that I would like to talk about. The research questions are one of the key things that I want to speak to, but the other thing is the problem. As research on expectancy violation theory and social media is growing, there are limited studies on how expectation violation presents and interpreted in social media platforms such as Instagram. There's a lot of research on face-to-face expectancy violation, but there's not as much expectation violation theory research on social media platforms as even when Cohen did her original research back in 2010, many of these platforms did not have the same extent of space and things as they do at this present time. So I would like to talk to the research questions. There are 4 strategic questions that the research asks. How do young adults interpret expectation violation theory on Instagram? Are trust and social violation on Instagram perceived in the same way they are in face-to-face communication as Cohen in 2010 described? That goes back to what I just mentioned. How do responses to digital violations relate to larger social responses such as cancel culture and digital outrage? And lastly, have young adults become desensitized to expectation violations in digital spaces? My hypothesis around those questions is this. It's threefold. I believe trust and social expectation violation on Instagram are perceived as threats to relational closeness to young adults, consistent with Cohen's findings in 2010. I also believe that desensitization toward moral violations is a response to frequent exposure to digital infractions and cancel culture discourse. Lastly, I believe that public responses to expectation violation are influenced by perceived moral implications of violations and social identity of those people who are violators. There are a few key assumptions that are a part of this study. Those assumptions include the participants will participate within the study are active Instagram users that are between the ages of 18 and 30. Again, that seems to be one of the higher areas of individuals who use the social media platform. All participants have a functional and experiential knowledge of cancel culture and digital outreach. And lastly, expectation violation in digital spaces influence perception and behavior among young adults. Some of the limitations to this research, we will only be looking at Instagram. Another limitation is self-reporting bias. Because a lot of this will be interview and surveys, individuals have the opportunity to say whatever makes them feel like they're making themselves look better. So that could be a limitation here. The study analyzes information based on social media trends, and we know the trends change every day. So because of ever-changing trends, relevant information today may not be relevant within the next year. Lastly, if the participants lack diversity, findings may not reflect the broader population of young adults. Within my chapter 2, I discuss 3 things: the theoretical evolution of expectancy violation theory. I also discuss expectation violation theory application in the digital communication space. And lastly, I discuss audience response to cancel culture, moral outrage, and digital norms. All of these things were discussed based on information received from the various literary works that were identified. I'm really excited about this particular proposal, and I am hoping that with further study, it will come to fruition. Thank you.